Hey folks, welcome to Guitar Daily. It's Nick Granville coming to you from Wellington, New Zealand. So today's going to be a little different. Maybe you could see this as a little bit of a rant, but there's some stuff I wanted to kind of get off my chest and kind of talk about with this whole YouTube situation, social media stuff that people do. There's a lot of bullshit in this space, and some things I kind of wanted to discuss. Maybe, you could kind of look at this as an old man yelling at the clouds a little bit. Maybe I am at 45. Am I an old man? But I kind of wanted to talk about some stuff. First thing I'll talk about is like these Instagrammers that go and edit their playing. You know who I'm talking about. I've seen it. You know, these people that post stuff. I don't mind it. You know, if you do an album and you edit some bits and pieces, whatever. You know, it's when you edit something that you couldn't actually do in the real life. That's the kind of bit that kind of gets me. It's like, man, I wonder what's going to happen to these people when they actually get a gig, right? They might fool a few people and then kind of someone, you know, of note might book them for a gig. And all of a sudden they're going to have to play like that with that very perfect kind of sound. That sound that's like, you know, metronomic and, you know, absolutely flawless intonation, everything. And then they play in real life and all of a sudden it's like, it's not happening. Do you know what I mean? That's going to be an awkward situation. So, I mean, I don't mind if people edit stuff, people do whatever. Just be honest. If you're not going to play live, then don't state it as such. Don't try and present it that way. It should be pretty obvious that I play live on all of these things because they're full of mistakes and kind of crappy things that I maybe didn't quite get or whatever. But they're real. That's at least how I figure it. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, sure, I could do multiple takes and do this stuff and get it better. That's what I do when I do sessions, you know, for people's albums. I do stuff and there's, you know, if I do session for someone, there's an expectation that they're going to edit it to some degree. Hopefully they don't have to do too much editing. You know, I've kind of played it to a standard. But that's different. Do you know what I mean? It's when you're kind of trying to pull the wool over people's eyes, you know. Speaking of which, too, I was kind of going to talk about influencers. I think the whole influencer thing is kind of a weird thing that we have at the moment in this kind of YouTube space and Instagram and all these different things that are around. It's sort of, I don't know. I hate the idea of being an influencer. Do you know what I mean? That's not me at all. Never will be. I do show you guys stuff that people have given me and stuff that I've borrowed. And I show you my equipment that I've bought and paid for. Paid for both of these. And I've had endorsements before, but it's like I'm only showing stuff that I want to show. If I didn't want to show it, then I wouldn't show it. I'm not interested in that. I get emails all the time from people saying, oh, you know, would you like to involve this jewelry brand or whatever in your videos and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, no thanks. I'm only ever going to show you stuff that relates to what I do and what I'm interested in, right? Because I'm not doing this for money. At least not at this point. Maybe at some point it might turn into something that makes money. But for me, my bread and butter is playing guitar and being a professional musician. The YouTube stuff I do is I do it because I like it. It's fun. So I'm not really that bothered about views. I'm not really bothered about anything. I mean, if people are into it, that's cool. What I'm trying to do is build a community here. And the idea of being an influencer is just dumb. I mean, the most recent guitar I showed you guys was that Pearson guitar because it was different. I thought it's kind of a cool idea. It's different. I thought, well, that's something that, and I've shown a few friends. I took it to a friend who's a luthier, and his first reaction was like, whoa, and then he was like, actually, he had a bit of a go on it. He was like, it's kind of cool. It's got some interesting things. You know what I mean? And that to me is kind of cool that I can introduce people to new things that they may not have thought about, because that totally is outside of my wheelhouse too. You know what I mean? So it's, yeah. But yeah, the whole influencer thing, I hate that kind of notion of trying to sell something to people, you know, I think the whole point of art in general is just do it because you're into it. And that's kind of been my philosophy. And I've been doing this since I was 15 years old and I'm now 45. So I've had a good innings at it. I'm going to continue to do this as long as I can and make music. And for those that want to come along and be part of this, then that's cool. And that's why I always say, please like and subscribe. And not because, you know, I'm trying to... I don't care about numbers. Anyone who knows me knows I'm not doing it for that reason. It's that if you like it and you want to be part of what I'm doing here, jump on the train. That's what we're into, you know what I mean? Contribute, be part of it. That's cool, you know? And speaking of that, being part of it, it's like this whole thing seems to be trendy nowadays to kind of be negative. Don't you think? Let me know what you think in the comments section about anything I'm talking about today, but particularly about this. You know, and maybe it started with Simon Cowell, right? And that whole American Idol kind of thing, you know, just being negative about people. It's interesting. If I see something I don't like say I see someone's playing, and like I was talking about the Instagram guys who are editing, they're playing to death and what have you. I'm not going to leave a snarky comment and say, "Oh, you suck," or "Oh man, if only you could." I'm like, move on to the next thing, right? There's no negativity doesn't help anything. I don't think. Should we be pointing out that this is a whole lot of BS? Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of getting this discussion happening here, so let me know in the comments what you think. But I don't think that negativity helps anything, especially not in art, which is what I'm here to do, right? I play music. This is an art form. It's an art form that I've spent the bulk of my life doing. Like I said, I started playing professionally when I was 15. I started playing guitar when I was 10. I played piano since I was 5. Basically, my whole life, I've played music. I haven't had a day job. Really, the closest I've ever had to a day job was I taught at a university. But that was only really about 12 to 15 students at the maximum. I think I started on 2 students and it kind of built up. But that's the closest I've ever been to a day job, because this is what I do. Music is my art form, right? It's my career. It's my life, right? And so I just don't think that negativity really helps in anything. So, and it's funny, I've had some really negative comments on here. One day I've kind of been saving them. One day I'm gonna read them all out to you, just because it'll be fun. You know what I mean? I think it's fun to kind of laugh at this stuff when people are being super negative, because they think they're getting under my skin. I could care less what people think. Do you know what I mean? You got something negative to say? Well, go somewhere else. I don't care. And if it gets to the point of being nasty, I'll just block their ass. You know what I mean? But I've had people say things about my hat. I've had people say things about every item of clothing I've worn on here, like to various different degrees. Oh, that jacket looks stupid. Or, why do you wear that hat? Or, all kinds of things. I had someone the other day say to me, you sound good, but I prefer strats to tellies. That's nice. Nobody asked. Right? To me, it's just a negative thing. It's really, those sort of comments aren't about me at all. That's why I don't really care. It's like, this person's telling me they like strats. It's all about them. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of comments, negative comments are like that. So, but I just sort of put it out there. I think negativity doesn't help. So I always try to, with all of this stuff, be as positive as possible. I'm doing this stuff to give to you all, right? I want you all to get something from this. And when, I get the joy I get is when someone comes back to me and says, look, I've been working on this thing that you showed, and I got a heap of progress from it, and I'm feeling really good about guitar, or something like that. Then I'm like, awesome. I feel great about it. Like, that to me is the reward. It's not a financial reward. I'm not like I said, I'm not really doing any YouTube stuff for that reason yet. Maybe one day it'll get to that point, but I don't know. But for now, it's just kind of fun and I'm enjoying it. And I'll keep doing it for that as long as I do. But yeah, let me know what you think about all this kind of stuff. I'd be curious to know. I really want to try and create a positive community around this YouTube channel. That's kind of what this is about. To me, that's my purpose in doing it. Is it's a positive thing so we can all share ideas. New gear. I love gear. I'm such a gear nerd. Unashamedly. Some people are like, I don't care about gear. I'm like, I care about gear. I love this stuff. I think Les Pauls are sexy guitars. I think 335 type guitars are sexies. You know what I mean? Like, they're cool to me. So I want to share that with people. Do you know what I mean? I want to share my playing. If there's something I play that I've kind of been working on and I want it to, and I think someone might get something from it, be that maybe they'll learn something, or maybe they'll feel something emotionally or whatever, then I'm going to share it, because that's the reason to. Anyway, I hope you found this interesting, a little different from me. But yeah, I'll play you out with some stuff. This is called this Les Paul goodness. Hey, thanks so much for watching. See you tomorrow.